Good morning. So today we're going to start talking about dividing polynomials by monomials. So we're going to do this by using our rule, our quotient rule. Remember our quotient rule? That means if you have like bases and you're dividing them, then you can subtract the exponents. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each term in the polynomial and divide it by the monomial in the denominator. Okay? All right, let's do some examples. Okay. So let's look at number one here. Number one, we're just dividing a monomial by a monomial. So the top is just a monomial. Okay, so I only have one term up there, so I can actually say 32 divided by 8, which is a 4. And then I'll say x to the 4th minus a 2. So my answer here will be 4x squared. Okay, so this number 2 over here, my top over here is actually a binomial. It's got two terms. And I am dividing it by a monomial in the denominator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 6x over 3, and then I'm going to also put 9 over 3. So 6 divided by 3, that'll give me a 2x, and 9 divided by 3 will give me a 3. All right, let's do some other ones. Okay, so here I've got 12x cubed plus 20x divided by 2x squared. So that is a binomial divided by a monomial. So I'm going to take each one of those terms and I'm going to separate it. So I'm going to have 12x cubed over 2x squared plus 20x over 2x squared. Okay, so 2 goes into 12 6 times. X cubed over x squared, so that's going to be x to the first power. 20 divided by 2 is a 10. And this will be x to the first minus a 2, so this will become an x to the negative 1. So my answer here will be 6x plus 10, and we take the x and move it to the denominator. Okay. Same thing over here. So separate each one. So 18x cubed over 3x plus 21x squared over 3x minus 3x over 3x. So each one of them is going to get divided by the monomial. Okay, so 18 divided by 3 will give me a 6. X cubed over x will be 3 minus 1, so that'll be an x squared. 21 divided by 3 will be a 7. And x squared divided by x, so that'll be 2 minus 1, so that'll be an x. And 3x over 3x will just leave me with a minus 1 there. All right, let's do another one. All right, here I've got a negative 20. X to the 4th y squared plus 25 x squared y to the 4th, all of that divided by negative 5x squared y. Okay, so I'm going to take each term and divide it by my monomial in the bottom. Okay, so split it up. All right, So negative 20 divided by negative 5 is a positive 4. X to the fourth over x squared, we subtract, so 4 minus 2 is a 2. And y squared over y, we subtract, so 2 minus 1, so that's going to be a 1. Okay? 25 divided by negative 5 is going to be a negative 5. X squared over x squared, so that'll be x to the 0 power, right? And then y cubed. So my final answer here will be 4x squared y minus 5 y cubed. Okay, let's do one more. So here we've got 28x to the 5th y to the 9th minus 12x to the 4th y to the 8th plus 4x cubed y to the 7th all over 4x squared y squared. So this is a trinomial, because it's 3 terms up there, divided by a monomial. Okay, so we separate each term, so that'll be a 28 x to the 5th y to the 9th over 4x squared y squared, okay, minus a 12x to the 4th y to the 8th over 4x squared y squared plus 4x cubed y to the 7th over 4x squared y squared. So each term gets divided by that monomial. So 28 divided by 4 is going to give me a 7. And x to the 5th over x squared, so that's going to be x to the 3rd. Y to the 9th over y squared will be y to the 7th. 12 divided by 4 will give me a 3. X to the 4th over x squared will be x squared. Y to the 8th over y squared will be y to the 6th. 4 divided by 4 is going to be a 1. X cubed over x squared will be an x. Y to the 7th over y squared will be 7 minus 2, which is a 5. Okay? Alright, so I want y'all to finish up those worksheets. Tomorrow we will review, okay? And then we will have a quiz. Alright, y'all have a great day.